Good morning, Wise Tribe, and welcome to another glorious day in Duxton. It's SSEW Duxton Week, and I'm at another end of Duxton Road today. You can see the Mondrian Hotel behind me, and what's great about this area is that every single corner, it's only a little triangle really, this area, but every single corner looks and feels very different. It's got its own little cozy vibe going on. So today we're heading to number 100 Duxton Road, and we're going to the Prefecture, which is a purveyor of very fine menswear, and we're going to meet the fabulous Mr. Q. He is quite a character, and we're going to talk about this little hidden gem. It is so hidden, you might just walk past and not even know it's there. Little landmark for you, we're right across from RPM, which is a fabulous little cocktail bar. If you haven't been here before, I highly recommend it. But today, we are here to talk to Q. There he is waiting for us. Hello there, Q. Really well, thank you.
Hi. How are you doing?
I am so excited to show all of our lovely ladies the lovely, bespoke, customizable, tropical menswear that you have at the Prefecture.
Thank you. Yes.
I love this store because it is actually so pared back. I love that it is not too full on. It's not overwhelming. And for guys who are looking for something original, a little bit different that you can't get on the high street, this is definitely the place to come. That's not to say that it's outlandish or that you are going to stick out like a sore thumb when you wear your pieces.
This is literally about delivering masculinity, but from a different angle, right? So this is about educating men how to dress, first of all, for this climate in appropriate fabrics, but also just to create a personal brand using different materials that you may not be introduced to normally, and understanding how to put your clothes together. So there's a lot of personal styling.
Yes, I love that. I think a lot of people struggle, right? They just reach for what they're familiar with. It might be the cotton Oxford shirt, or the suits that they already have.
And the navy blue shorts, or
yes,
the sky blue shirt, or the white shorts, etc.
Yes, but we're here to look at a different way of dressing for the tropical climate.
That's correct.
So can you talk us through a little bit about the collection that you have on display here? These are all sample pieces, right? For people to come in and try.
Exactly. So these are all sample pieces in different sizes. The emphasis is just to display some, like this is literally a small fraction of the variation of fabrics that we have available. But the brand's particular kind of emphasis is fabric centered around lightweight cotton and linen, and mixes of those two. And there is some wool, but even when there's wool, we try to make sure that we show fabrics that are mixed with linen, because that's the lightest weight and most comfortable material for this climate. As you walk through, you will see there's a big emphasis on print as well.
Yes, I love that. So it's not necessarily about being big and bold though, is it? Although you do have that extreme.
Yes.
Looking at some of the swatches which are in your window here, and these are for shirts, is that right?
That's correct. These are all for shirts, and it's about showing guys that actually print does not always mean loud and garish. There is a sophisticated and very masculine way of making printed clothing in shirts and trousers and shorts. And just it takes a little bit of adventure, but also it's not about being wild. It's just about understanding how to wear prints that are still toned down, really elegant. And my underlining sort of element for every guy is to deliver clothing that expresses masculine elegance.
Wow, I love that, masculine elegance. And so what do you do if somebody comes in and says, hey Q, I really want to upgrade my wardrobe, or just have a couple of interesting things in there to elevate?
Yes.
How does that work? They'd come in, you'd let them try on a couple of things?
Well, so before any of that, it's actually what tends to be of most interest to guys, and they don't expect this, is to actually understand the person.
Yes.
Right? These clothes are designed to create a personal brand. right?
Yeah.
So this is about understanding the person. Every guy, even though there's a stereotype of most men dressing the same, but every guy has a different idea of how they want to present themselves. So it can feel a little bit like a therapy session. But you come in, we do a top-down measurement process on you, and then we do a test fitting, right? Test fitting, we cut an individual bespoke pattern for each person. We do a test fitting where we understand things like your posture, how to measure your shorts, what's too short, too long, too tight. And then from there on, we'll make adjustments to deliver your final clothes.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
So it's a little bit, there is a lot of personal styling involved, understanding the person and not superimposing your style,
Not at all.
which is fabulous, by the way.
Thank you.
But it's not getting people to look as if they've walked out of the prefecture.
Well, in essence, essentially, I always repeat to men that I'm trying to move. There's no desire to turn them into peacocks in here, right?
Right.
Instead, it's about understanding how to widen the margin of how you dress, right, in more interesting ways without being a peacock. Because men just tend to think in extremes, either dark colors or crazy colors and prints. But no, actually, there's a happy middle ground that becomes a sense of permanence and the style. We're creating style, not fashion.
Just elevates your look, makes you look more interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Elevates your look, and as I said, it really is underlined by masculine elegance.
Yeah, love that. Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your shirt styles then?
So the shirt styles here, this here is essentially our Zanzibar collar. This is a beach lounger, which we created to kind of try and design a style that's a bit more tailored for the beach, right? So it's lightweight. This is really high quality linen, very, very fine gauge. Doesn't wrinkle too easily, but it is linen, so you have to embrace the wrinkling.
Yes,
Okay, so
but that's the relaxed look.
It's not complaining about wrinkles. And then we have what we call the Patrice collar, right? So also a beach lounger, but this one is collared inspired by the African president of Zaire, Patrice Lumumba. But so the shirt, the Patrice, is named after him.
Cool.
Right? The Zanzibar is named after, of course, the Tanzanian island of Zanzibar.
Yes.
So the idea is to just show different ways to have a guy wearing beach clothing, but that looks a little bit sharper, a bit more tailored, right? Instead of the sloppy, usual, like loose
T-shirt or polo shirt and flip-flops and that's it. It's about being more put together.
More put together, because as you get older as a guy, whether you're relaxing or going to a formal event, the prefecture wants to kind of present you in your personal brand every time, right? This is you as you are as a person, expressing yourself without being loud, but stuff that you can see yourself picking up without thinking too hard, but it is distinctive and different.
Perfect. So for that reason, that's why you do made to order, so that it fits the individual. You do have a little bit of sort of off the rack.
Yes, we do. Yes,
in stock, right?
Off the rack clothing, and the off the rack clothing as well was to emphasize again color, right? Our bestseller, in fact, this was our first sellout, right? I never thought the guys would love this, but every guy snatched this up. And this is the first piece that sold out. Right? And
I love the print.
I made a lot of these. I just never thought guys, but they embraced this because it's dark, right? It's still printed and it's adventurous.
Yes.
We have pure mother of pearl buttons on there.
Gorgeous.
Right? And so, again, also loose fit. It's designed for casual wear, either at the beach or just your usual walkabout during the weekend.
Yep.
So we have a small range of ready-to-wear in shirts and shorts.
So really, it's all about the elevated look,
Yes.
customized for your individual style.
That's correct.
And it's the weekend wardrobe, the relaxed wardrobe, your off-duty look.
So it's your off-duty look, and just because off-duty does not mean it's sloppy, right?
No.
So we create basically the travel wardrobe, the lounge wardrobe, and the weekend wardrobe. That's what the Prefecture is about.
So you can still have jackets, just like you're wearing, and they're lightweight and...
So this is what we call a shacket,
Yes.
right? So it's slap bang in the middle between a shirt and a jacket. And the idea is that in the tropics, it's very hard to wear jackets, right? So I designed this, and it's completely unstructured. There's no lining whatsoever. And obviously our bestseller being men is navy blue.
Right.
But even then, the fabrics are beautiful. Like you can have different textures, and even if it's dark colors, you can have different textures. And this is a sample of the over 2,500 materials that we have to select from, right? And you can make literally anything in these fabrics, right? So we have these beautiful prints. This has also done really well with guys. So this is cotton voile. Indian cotton voile.
Wow.
If you're French, it's cotton voile. Right? But this is very, very lightweight cotton. And
Let's have a feel.
guys have absolutely loved this.
Oh yes, so
And we have it in all
lightweight.
sorts of prints. Exactly.
It's almost like a scarf. It's so lightweight.
Yeah.
So that would be a shirt.
Yeah, that would be a shirt.
Wow.
And literally, I always joke that it feels like wearing econ.
Yeah. That's a great way of putting it.
And then we have prints as well, like dark prints like these, like some landscape print. One of our favorite print selections, usually fabric, come from Liberty.
Yes.
London.
Oh, I'm a huge Liberty fan.
So they have a cotton called Tanalorm.
Yes.
It's extremely fine.
Yes.
It's long gauge, and so it's very, very soft. And we always joke we call it the silk of cotton, right?
Right.
Yeah, we call it the silk of cotton. So you have materials such as the. So guys sometimes initially when they look at this they get scared, but you make this into a short sleeve shirt and you wear it with white shorts.
Yeah, fabulous.
And a pair of like loafers.
Fabulous.
Navy blue suede loafers.
Yeah.
And it's a home run.
I love that you really aim to hold people by the hand a little bit and take them on this journey. It's not about guiding them to the bold prints which you may love and have in stock. It's literally meeting them where they are and helping them along that journey.
And basically helping them kind of refine and create nuances within their wardrobes, right?
Yes. So what qualifies you to do all this? Are you a designer?
I have a background. I went to art school. I studied graphic design, but I became a textiles printer immediately after university. I ran my printing studio for a couple of years, and that eventually evolved into printing clothes for men. And I always looked around, and I always wanted to dress men a bit better. I was obsessed with the way my grandfather dressed, and I always wanted to find a way of emulating something like that, but in my own way, in my own interpretation. So I always like to think that at some point or other he might look at me and say, okay, you did it right.
I'm sure he would. So perhaps you can tell us a little bit about these babies.
Yes, so coming back to the idea of jackets. These are blazers, right? And the idea is in the tropics, you don't want a structured jacket, right? So this is a navy blue jacket by all accounts, right?
Yeah.
But if you look closer, it's actually a Japanese indigo print.
Oh, gorgeous.
Right?
Yeah.
It's very, very lightly textured.
Yes.
And this is completely unstructured. There's no lining. Also, we removed shoulder padding, right? So I've stripped away most of this. So this is inspired by Southern Italian tailoring, which always follows the natural body, right? The lighter it is, the easier it is to wear.
Yeah.
So if a jacket is not your thing, then our completely unstructured blazers are the next best thing. And I'll show you a better example as well. Is that when you have this is a cotton blazer in a classic herringbone.
Very classic
But
pattern.
the herringbone itself is a little bit larger, it's slightly it's texturized differently.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
And then you have, and I kept this really, really simple, right, for a client. And you do the piping in navy blue. This is a pure silk, right? Sari silk, Indian sari silk, actually. And so this ends up being really, really easy to wear with what we call a broken suit. So you can wear this jacket on top of all sorts of colors.
Casual trousers, chinos, jeans.
Yes.
It's that weekend off-duty look, but smart and elevated. Like, bring back nicely presented guys.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, lastly, this is a classic suit fabric, suit patterns called Prince of Wales.
Prince of Wales. I know this
Prince
one.
Exactly.
I know
Black
this
flag,
one.
Prince of Wales, right? And usually you only find it in wool, right?
Yeah.
But we've got it here in a pure linen, right? And then we also half-lined it in a printed silk.
Oh, that's divine.
Right?
That is gorgeous.
It's a very, very delicate, very soft silk, but it's just lightweight and it's very, very breathable.
Really
and this is about expressing to men that in this climate, you can actually create your own brand of how you present yourself. And you're not breaking new ground. You're just simply widening the margin of how masculinity can be presented.
Yes, I love that. And part of that as well is the little accessories and accents that finish a look off. So you have a few hats over here, and there are these stunning accessories in the window.
Yes.
Beautiful jewellery from South Africa?
Yes, so these are actually from Togo, West Africa.
Oh, West Africa.
We had these made in Togo. And then the Prefecture designed these for our 50th anniversary. So this is pure sterling silver. This one has got a spine of brown diamonds.
Wow,
right?
that's so special.
And then this one here has a blue sapphire. So we were just, essentially the design is a feather. The bracelet is actually a pheasant feather.
Yes.
The hats are from our good friends, Hat of Cane.
Yes.
So we
love
tend to work
them.
with them quite a lot.
And the sunglasses?
Sunglasses are from an Italian brand called 𝐂𝐨𝐬𝐴, which is the Southern Italian word for sardine, because the glasses come in sardine boxes.
Oh, cute. Yes, and why not? So quirky and interesting, and something different that you're not going to find anywhere else. I love all of the ideas that you're bringing to everybody, new things, new concepts, breaking out of your comfort zone, but still within a measured and comfortable way.
Because at the end of the day, I'm still dressing men.
Yes.
And men definitely have a more temperate approach to clothing, and I have to respect that. And I think over 9 years the Prefecture has been around, we've honed that and sort of cultivated it to somewhat of an expertise, I think.
Yes, and talking about expertise, I'd love just to spotlight this and highlight that this is a really interesting place for guys to come and make a new friend and hang out and share. This is Q's little list of ideas and concepts to live by, and I love the fact that we were talking earlier and you said to me, Q, that most people come in here, they think they're looking for menswear, they talk about it for maybe 10 years and they spend the next 10 minutes and they spend the next 2 hours just chatting about life.
And it's extraordinary that I do think I've developed a unique insight into just men in general. And guys, there's a safety as well in this space that men have. And so it ends up being a lot less about, hey, make me nice clothes, and it's about just understanding each other.
The circle of trust.
Yes, the circle of trust.
All right. Thank you so much, Q.
Thank
you for joining me today at 100 Duxton Road at the Prefecture for SSEW Week. We will see you tomorrow.